Vitality won their first game against T1 over in Masters Bangkok. However, there were a lot of questions that were kind of answered here. And the number one question on a lot of people's minds is, are Vitality good enough to win Masters Bangkok, right? There are a lot of other strong teams, EDG, there's G2 who dominated their opponent. But against T1, a team who wasn't really thought of as being that strong, don't get me wrong, still a good team, but they weren't thought of as being, in the tier of kind of world breakers like Vitality, G2, EDG. They played them extremely close. So let's dive in and look, why was the game that close? And do Vitality have what it takes to win Bangkok, or are they a bit overrated? Let's go ahead and look at their bonus round. Now, they invest pretty heavily into this, making sure they have 5 rifles, and they do end up doing a lot of damage. In fact, winning the round here. And I want to give a quick shout out to Safe. A lot of people thought this team would fall apart because they didn't have an IGL. And while Safe's calling hasn't been, world class, it has been very good and very solid. And when you have a team with this much firepower, you just need solid to decent calling, right? I mean, there's a reason the NRG, despite being like a team with terrible IGLing last year before FNS came, they were 1 round away from beating Sentinels and qualifying to a Masters. Like, firepower matters a lot in this game, but you still need to have a decent IGL alongside that. So shout out to Safe for being able to do that. Now, Safe does drop a stinker on this map, like 4 and 16. So again, not really helping my case, but he has been pretty consistently able to frag and call, which is, again, very, very good. Now, what I want to talk about really quickly here are the comps. So T1 aren't playing Tejo, which I don't want to say it's throwing. I really don't, but it kind of is. At this level, Tejo is simply too good to not be running on almost every single map. They did this in Pacific as well. I don't know why you're running a KO in the year of our Lord 2025 on Bind. Yeah, just gross. Both of these teams are kind of a mixture of older comps with some new stuff, but I love Tejo. I cannot, if you can tell me a map you guys genuinely think you shouldn't be ran on, please let me know, because I truly think map in current pool. I truly think he works on pretty much every map in current pool, and the stats back me up on that. Now, they invest Brimble pretty early, and after this, right, Durka gets 3, it's over. Buzz needs to run away. But let's look at how they take site here. So you have Sky coming up long. This is something Vitality like to do a good bit, but earlier in the round, what they'll do is they'll take control to B long, leave someone inserted there, and then just go on with the rest of their day, maybe use it as a fake. Now, I believe they inserted Teo on one of the rounds I can remember. It might have actually been Pistol, where they inserted Teo here over on B and then tried to use him to kind of fake it and then I'll TP back over. They do this a lot, but a lot of people here coming out of Bind, or coming out of Hookah, and that's because you have the firepower to where, like, this guy cannot stop this, right? He cannot stop jumping out of Hookah. The reason Hookah is so kind of, I'm scared, is because a person can stop you while you're midair and your bullets aren't accurate, right? You have to jump. You have to leave and jump down, and then you're not able to shoot as well. Well, that doesn't matter if you brim ult one section that can shoot you. Use Teo Util to clear this. Now, the one thing that could have been an issue is smoked off, right? So it doesn't matter. Literally every single way that they could stop you from coming out of Hookah gets denied. So you get free sight. Buzz is forced to save. Very well taken sight. I mean, just hats off. They do these kind of executes with Teo. And again, that kind of shows you can't do that with KO, right? KO has 1 Molly. Teo has 2, just for 1. But also, KO can't force you to kind of run away and stop, being able to shoot someone coming out of Hookah. If you're blind, you can still spam. You can still do something, but you're not going to die to have a chance to spam at Hookah for like 2 seconds because Teo can just stop that. Look at this bet. So unmade. Go ahead. 200 likes. I'll make the bet. My last goal didn't hit, so go ahead. 200 likes. I'll make the bet. But let's talk really quickly about a couple things. Number 1, Durka's op is insane. He honestly has made me a bit more of a believer in the attack op. I don't like it because in theory it's suboptimal. But Durka is one of the few players who can make it work. Now, let me tell you about this really quickly. So, Vitality 4-0. If they win this round, look at how bad Team 1's economy is. This is going to snowball very quickly. Again, look at the ults and this awful HUD for Vitality. Itsu is the only one on site. Everyone else is on A just doing who knows what. So Itsu has to get a kill here or they lose the round. Has to. And he delivers because T1, while they may lack, their comps aren't the most optimal and their calls aren't the greatest ever, they have shooters, right? Meteor with that championship experience on this squad. Most people on this squad are very, very good shooters. Now, Itsu, not only does he get the kill, but right here, this drop may have won them the round. And I'll show you why. So go ahead, look here, Skydog N. But they aren't sure where Itsu is. Durka, you can tell, he's like, oh, I don't know where he is. He's not there. He didn't see him on that quick glance. So Vitality assume he's in this brim smoke because this brim smoke covers him from under so he can play where he's playing, or he can play still in hookah. So Durka gets this kill, but then look at this. Everyone assumes he's still in this part of the brim smoke in hookah. This is a great smoke. Itsu gets one because he's still worried about Itsu. Durka is turned around, letting Stacks go ahead and get the kill on Durka, turn this into a 1v3. That play right there, Itsu getting the kill, the subsequent brim smoke right there wins them this round and gives them a fighting chance in this game because they were looking down bad. Safe might have saved the game for Vitality here, and let me tell you why. So right here, Safe, first off, the balls of steel to call the TP play when you're 6 HP, and you're behind a spammable box with someone who knows where you are is astounding. But not only is it the correct call, he then plays it in a way that is just completely unexpected. He wraps around here, and the first thought is, okay, he's wrapping to hookah, they're going to play off of Brimble, that's the win con, cool, you've won the round, good job, we'll play with your salvos as well when needed. Meteor's lost the round, not much you can do. But Trex kind of, I don't even know how to describe it, because everyone knows win con is Brimble, right? Meteor knows, you hopefully know at home, Safe knows, Trex knows, I'm in the thick of it and everybody knows right here. So Trex needs to be safe. You don't want him backing all the way up here because then after his ult, he's not going to be able to run up in time and help, but he needs to play safe. This is probably not the greatest place to play because Meteor knows, hey, that's the one con. So then Safe puts the salvos on. This decision right here wins them the round. And I mean, with how snowbally Valorant is, possibly the game, this was a close game. The only thing you do here, the only reason that that Safe is gone for so long in Meteor's mind is to wrap hookah. And you'll see that's exactly what he's thinking, right? Meteor going up here, he's putting his little thorns down. He's walking up here, he's looking here because that's the only way that he would be somewhere, right? It's the only reason you haven't seen him for so long. But Safe, with the double back, wins the round. Because, let's be honest here. If Safe swings with Meteor holding, he just dies, right? He's 6 HP. But he's able to take the time and force Meteor to stick when there's no time and then get the kill. Beautiful stuff there from Safe. But chat, go ahead. What's my rule about eco rounds? I have 2 of them. If you're a long time viewer of this channel, you'll know them. Put them in the comments. I'll give your comment a little hard if you get it right. Go ahead, put it now. Rule number 1, no pushing into smokes when you are buying and your opponent is ecoing. Rule number 2, do not lurk. Now, you might think, oh, Lionzblade has no ball knowledge. Why is this thing a lion? Is this guy a furry? Oh, well, why is your thing a lion? I don't like this guy. He's a bum. He doesn't know anything. I'll do whatever I want. I'll lurk whenever I want, said the 1 in 10 jet. This is what happens to that 1 in 10 jet that lurks when the opponent's ecoing. He throws the round. And you're probably wondering, well, how does that throw the round? It's just 1 death. After all, they still have pistols. The answer is these ultimates. So if T1, by the way, I don't know why Carpet doesn't get the pistol, because Buzz has a sheriff. Carpet should get the sheriff, but we're just not going to give it to him for some reason. I don't know why. We hate this guy, but we do apparently, so screw Carpet. These ults here make Vitality uncomfortable if they're in threat to be used. They're not in threat to be used much on an eco round where you have 5 sheriffs, because if it's a 5v5 and Vitality has guns, even if you offload this Steel Garden and it somehow catches every Vitality member, which it won't, it's still 5v5, they're on site, they have the advantage with their guns. They can set up better crossfires or whatever, you have to push them, otherwise the Steel Garden runs out and they can use their guns again. But now that you have numbers, you feel a lot better about that. Bremelt comes out from Carpet, right? He's not going to let you plant so that Vice can get in position, use the Steel Garden, and this loses the round for Vitality here. All because Les decided to lurk. Now, they won an earlier round. I don't show eco rounds much, unless obviously it's a win, but they won an earlier eco by Les lurking. However, that's not something you need consistently. You can just win the rounds without the need of a lurk. Now, I'm not going to lie here. I thought Stax was going to win this 1v3, but after this, I'll show you a real 1v3 in a minute. But I thought he was going to win the 1v3. He gets 1 kill after this the entire series, or not the entire, well, I guess technically the entire series because the game ends here, but still. Normally he's a good fragging IGL, not this game. And guys, I really don't want to be the actually guy, but economy is something I'm very important about. Because economy is something that you don't need any technical skill to be able to do flawlessly, right? I could do just as well with VCT Pros and managing the economy in my ranked game, because it doesn't require any skill, it just requires you to not be stupid. So what Vitality do that in my mind is suboptimal here is they force a lot with 3 players. These guys are broke now. As you can see, they got thrifted. And we lose 10 seconds of game time. Good job, production. No, I'm kidding. Production did a generally good job, although there were a lot of audio issues. Anyways, back on track. Dirk has 100 credits, Trex has 150, Kix has 150. They didn't save any guns because, you know, they lost the round. So Kix forces up a Guardian, Dirk forces up Phantom, Trex forces up Phantom. Now, the reason I don't like this is because if you lose this round, that gives T1 2 rounds basically, because these three players aren't going to be able to buy, and you're already up 3. When you're up 3 rounds, I think taking the eco round here, playing it safe, because the reason they wanted to do this, also that wasn't a safe joke, but it could have been, so who knows, maybe it was. The reason they did this is try and break T1's economy, because all of them were broke after buying up, except for Meteor. But I think it's better to play it safe, maybe have a hero rifle here, buy sheriffs or something where you can full buy next, because, as you can see here, not only do they lose this round, because they lose this round with Safe and Trex saving, these guys have to buy stingers, and then everyone's on light shield. Well, guess what happens? Well, guess what? They lose that round too. And now everyone finally can buy. It ends half at 6-6. So just not really very good economy management there. And again, economy management is more of a nerd thing, but if you're going to play the game, play it right. That's my opinion of how you play it right. I promised you guys I would show you 1v3. Here it is, one of the best 1v3s I think I've ever seen.
Up to heaven, and it's all down to Stacks. IGL 1v3. Pressured, 8 bullets left. 2 bullets left. 1 player remains. Upgrade obtained. Flash over the top. And Stacks.
That could have lost the round for Vitality. After all, that's a big momentum swinger. I mean, not the round, but the game. Big momentum swinger. And if you lose Bind, who knows what happens will split. T1 could have ran away with this, but Vitality's coach, great job, calls a timeout, says, calm down, boys, lock in, here's the strat for your eco. Trex had a hero rifle, Trex dies. This round is lost 99 times out of 100, right? It's just over, you know, you go next, fine, hopefully you're not tilted from the clutch, but it's not over here. Meteor, by the way, good job not pushing this and getting kill hungry. If he does, he probably dies. But Safe here has the shorty. Now, Meteor, you know, good job not pushing it, but he wants to get the kills, and I understand that. I can't even really fault him for it, just bad aim. Honestly, T1 ended up losing this round, though, because look at this. Dirk is here. They used the Nightfall. This nade should have gotten a kill. Instead, Dirk's nade gets a kill. Buzz's nade gets a kill. 3v3. Dirk doesn't have a sheriff, though. He should be dead here a billion times out of a billion, but what a flash. Kicks, gets one, Durka gets one, and by that point, you need another 1v3. Stacks, is he able to provide it, is the real question here. He's done it before. Can he do it again? One, but swing it together. And that is how you need to swing. Just right next to each other. Boom, boom, boom. Right? Easy. And Vitality start to run away with it from here. On this last round, I really just want to shout out Kix here, because he did a phenomenal job of playing around smoke. Like, this should be put on a like poster board for people in ranked to learn how to play around smokes and with your team, and for brims maybe to get a little help smoking properly so people can play off of them. So first off, Kix is in here, flashes through, less dies, so you're like, okay, people are here, instantly snaps here, gets back into the smoke, re-smoked, goes down because the other smoke is going down. But remember the smoke that I talked about last time where it enabled Itsu to be able to win the round for his team? This smoke isn't like that. It enables him to jump back into hookah after popping ult. Then with Fatal, Balls of Steel, he just flashes and stays. Then all the util forces him out. He goes down. KO Knife gets broken. Now, this is clear. So they're telling Carpe and all of his other people down here, hey, you got to stop. Stop. He's right here. Be aware of him when you push into sight. The issue is they don't really have the util to do that. They have one Prowler now and one little, but that's it. So you have to clear out everyone else and him. They can't do that. Kicks, kills Buzz, kills Itsu, and by that point, the game is over. Vitality looked good, but they definitely still had some problems. We'll see if they're able to go ahead and beat G2 to take the Masters. That's all from me. Click on one of these videos, and I'll see you next time. Peace.